Yo, what is up, bros? I am here to make the case for God MacArthur. Now, remember, bro is going to go through the tournament. I think he's going to land at least top 3. At least minimum top 3. Remember, there are 3 other 5-star or better infantry bros that we are going to emergency place into the tournament. Garibaldi, Vasily, and Percival. So we'll have each one of those. I'll probably have MacArthur in the Wavell bracket, like MacArthur take on Garibaldi, and then in the Marshall bracket have Percival take on Vasily, something like that. I am just shocked Wavell made it so far. Anyways, bros, let's go ahead and get this going. So, he will gain a 6-star in infantry ability and gain 2 entirely new perks. He is gaining island hopping, increases damage by 15% when commanding infantry units. Amazing. You know, most of the ones that are kind of like that then say it won't work with infantry leader. So yeah, we're good on that. Gains leapfrog status after commanding infantry units airdropping. Ignore 50% of the target's defense when attacking and dealing 15% damage to enemies within 1 tile of the target upon destroying an enemy. That could rack up some major damage as well. Then bro is getting Old Soldiers Never Die when commanding infantry units with no debuffs. Damage dealt plus 12% and restores 10% of the max HP after defeating an enemy. Bros, top 3 minimum. That is absolute minimum. I'm kind of feeling it top 2, but I would almost say 1, but I would never count out Marshall. I would never do that. Bro is an absolute savage. And of course, infantry leader. Oh yeah, this gets an upgrade, so it'll be at 15 actually. Let's go ahead and hit this. Yeah, I am absolutely sure. Bros, you will remember this day when a lonely crapper overlooked MacArthur that nobody bought, everybody pointed and laughed at him, became God MacArthur that would go in and nuke the Chinese, nuke the North Koreans, nuke the Russians. He didn't give a shit. He was down for anything. Let's hit it. Nice. So this does go to 15, right? Yes, 15. That stays the same, the 10%. Let's hit it. And let's go ahead and max this out. Let's get him his 6-star in infantry ability. Let's get him maxed out in his health. And we also are going to need a nice little raider. And then on top of that, we are going to need, come on. I always click the wrong one. Yep, there it is, got it. All right, inferior victory, throw that on him. Bro is going to be an absolute savage. So what I'm going to do, we're going to test him out, but I don't want to spoil what could be the outcome of the tournament. So we're only going to do like 1 hit from each elite infantry group and kind of see where he's going to place from there. And then I'll get the tournament updated and we'll get these bros going at each other so that we can wrap up that tournament. I also need, do not forget, I know this is a video about MacArthur, but don't forget that I'm going to have to run a couple other tank bros now. Palace and, well, we're going to have to, I might just have them verse each other so I can do 2 at once, or I might do 1 at a time. I don't know. We'll just have to see how that works out. Was there anybody else? That was it, right? I mean, there is this bro that's 5-star tank bro, but I think I made them have to have at least 4 perks. I think that was part of getting into the tank general tournament, is you could have 5 to 6 stars in tank ability or armor ability, but you needed at least 4 perks to get in. So bro, you're out. Oh, there is this bro. He has 5 stars and 4 perk slots. I mean, he's actually, hey, he'll probably beat Graziani. I can guarantee that. And we also had Alberto here. Alberto probably ain't gonna beat shit. He has his, you know, crapper tank perks thrown on to his one good armored assault. But hey, if I gotta run them, I gotta run them. That's 4 new tank bros I gotta do and 4 new infantry bros. Anyways, let's go ahead and test MacArthur out. Alright bros, I figured out a perfect way to test this without giving myself spoilers or you bros spoilers. What I'm going to do is I'm going to attack one time from each elite unit, and then I'm just going to compare that against himself, because he was one and done. He went out brutal, absolutely brutal. He went out to Clark, and yeah, Clark, hold on a sec. Where does MacArthur rank? MacArthur ranks a lot, 10th. Damn, Clark was actually 7th in damage. Jesus, that just means he took out some crapper infantry bros. Okay, anyways, let's get started here. So his first hit on this was 411. Now, I'm not going to sit here and calculate exact damage, but we're definitely going to see how much better he is just by these numbers that pop up. Okay, so remember, 411. That was bros. I'm not going to peek. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to see how that compares to other generals. I'm not going to do it. I don't want to spoil it for myself. I refuse to spoil it for myself. I am not going to look at how other generals performed. I mean, although you can tell a little bit off a single hit, you can't, you wouldn't be able to predict a winner from just a single hit, but you can kind of see where shit's trending. Okay, from this hit, he had a, oh wow, a 361, bro. I'm not gonna look. I refuse to look to see how that matches up. And don't you guys look back through the videos and then put it in the comments. No spoilers. Do not spoil it for anybody. On this hit, let's see, 397. Oh, he's going to crush it probably here. Probably the biggest difference is going to be from the Hawkeye Force, I would think. 397. Yeah, it's north of 200 on all these. And then, from the Hawkeye troops, now bros, I do remember, and most of you probably remember, how much damage our boy Marshall did. He was the only one, I'm pretty sure he was the only one to break 1,000 on this hit. And I think he broke his high score last time around. He did 1,100. So it wouldn't surprise me if MacArthur was able to get just into 1,000. But man, that infantry group charge on Marshall is going to keep him high, even if Eisenhower was able to outdamage him. I don't know. We'll have to see. This is it. This is it. How much damage is he going to do? Can he beat Marshall? Holy shit, what did I just witness? How would I even calculate that damage in with it? Hold on, he's gonna pick up, if I calculate that, he's gonna pick up so much more damage over everybody else for each time he eliminates a unit. Oh my god, he's won outright damage. Marshall can't keep up with that. Oh my god, do we have a new infantry general on Mount Rushmore of infantry generals? Bro. Is he the most improved? He went from nothing to the top. Is that the only bro that's done that? That was God tier? Hold on, we gotta look back through God tiers. I'm not even gonna care about the Brandenburger attack. Alright, bros, I'm going to do this quickly on the fly. This is not in cement because I haven't looked through all these completely and tried to remember how they used to be. But if MacArthur is a 10, and remember, this is going from if you were the most improved, like MacArthur was dirt to God tier, so 10. Doubting, he was not very good, but he's not too amazing now. Maybe like a 7.5 A. You're a 5. I hate to go below 5. I don't even remember Marshall before God tier. I mean, Meinstein was already amazing, so he would probably get a 7. He was already God tier. It just boosted him up some, so maybe like an 8. Marshall, I honestly, I don't even remember Marshall. I think he was good, so like an 8. Eisenhower was pretty damn improved, right? He had to be at that 9. Nimitz, 7.5. A. Vasilevsky, he's probably up in that 9, 8.5, 9. Rokossovsky, damn, hold on. He is much improved, man. He would probably be pushing 9.5. Bradley, 5. He was always crap, and he's only slightly better. Modell, 5, crap. Tito, I mean, I don't know if you can rank him. He's just an economic bro. Patton, from what he was, pretty good. 8 maybe? Bach? I mean, shit. He's still bad, but from what he was, he's probably getting an 8 too. Govarov, 8. Kuznetsov, 8.5. Runstedt, maybe a 9. He's so much improved. Runstedt, was he shit? He's pretty good now. Maybe 8.5. Zhukov, he was already good. Remember, he was already up there. He'd probably get an 8. 8.5. Maybe. That ability to keep firing almost pushes it up. De Gaulle, much improved. He'd probably get an 8.5, 9. Wittmann's going to get a nice little improvement. Halsey, 8. Auchinleck. Auchinleck went from like nothing to pretty almost into the amazing. So what, like an 8.5? Did I say Modell? If I didn't, he's a 1. He's the only one I even want to put below 5. All these other bros I did a solid. The lowest is 5. Modell, you are a 1. I guess I could move Messe to a 1 as well. Messe and Modell, you guys are the only 1s. In fact, becoming God tier, you might have got worse. Not really. Anyways, bros, I'm going to wrap this up. If you enjoyed this content, you know what to do. Subscribe, hit the notification bell so make it free upload. Peace.